guys, welcome back to We Watched the Movie. I'm Mike, he's Jay. There's a little movie that came out in 2017.
What was it?
Some of you guys have asked us, how come you guys haven't done a 2017 top 10, list yet or whatever? I don't like to do that until I've fucking seen everything. So we're trying to make our way back and watch some shit that we missed. And Super Dark Times is one of those films.
Ooh.
It just got added on Netflix a week or so ago, and we watched it almost immediately.
Immediately.
Shut
I like
the
it.
fuck up, Jim.
Fuck it. Use it immediately. I can't talk with this thing. Here, take 2 of these.
And you know what the funny thing is I've got this list of movies I want to watch before I can feel comfortable with the list that we've made. And I was like, I'm always like, what do you want to watch? I'm like, well, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. She's like, I'm fucking sick of horror movies. And I'm like, you shut your goddamn mouth. But I watched this Super Dark Times, and dude, it's super dark fucked up is what it is.
It is. But Super Dark Times is actually the equivalent of what you feel like when you have to go to school and it's high school first fucking day, freshman year. Holy fuck, we're in Super Dark Times.
This fucking movie, dude, is just littered with that. You mentioned that when you wake up and you don't want to go to school, it's not that, but what this movie is, from the second it starts, it puts me right back into middle school and high school.
Yeah.
When you're hanging around people and you know that they're fucking dark and weird, and you don't know what your day is going to be like, and people that you go to school with are strange, and you're kind of scared, and it's kind of fucked up, and it's that weird winter time.
It's weird.
It just gives you that fucking anxiety and you got darkness.
You got your 5-star notebook and maybe your Simba folder. You tucked away secretly inside your 5-star notebook, and you don't want anybody to see it, but you might because they were out of everything else at Walmart, Mom. I had to buy this. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I want to go home and watch Power Rangers, maybe Darkwing Duck, definitely Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Let's get dangerous.
But you go to school and you go to take a piss in the bathroom and someone's literally smoking a crack pipe and you're like, high school's weird. This movie takes that feeling that you would get.
Amplified.
Everybody had some fucked up shit happen to someone that they went to high school
with.
Well,
not everybody.
A lot of people, though. And especially around here, some weird shit happened when we were in high school. People getting killed.
Makes me itchy.
Shit like that. I remember these feelings that I felt not wanting to go to school because, we talked about this before. When you were in high school back in our day, and your landline rang at home, you're like, oh fuck, someone's calling to fucking tell me they're gonna kick my ass because I flirted with their girlfriend.
I'll tell you,
yes, all the time.
You had this anxiety every time your landline rang, and then your mother told you so and so called. You're like, because you don't know what's going to be the situation at any point. I remember my ex-slut on the mountaintop. When I missed a phone call from her, and I didn't have a cell phone, I missed a phone call from her, and I was out, I think it was at your house or something, I was doing something, and I came home and Mom was like, this little girl named, can't name her, but this little girl called, and I'm like, oh my God, she called me! I was like, what does this say? Did she sound, impressed? But yeah, you get that, that was where it was different, and this movie's unique, by the way, that the fact that it takes place in the 90s.
Yeah.
To me, it's not the first movie to take place in the 90s, but it feels like it really kind of embraced the fact that it was a 90s movie. It looks all ooh, it's nostalgic. It's not. At the time when you were living it was dark as fuck.
Anxiety filled.
It was Green Day fucking fueled Boulevard of Broken Dreams. There was a lot of problems going on, but at the same time, it was cool because it didn't feel like today we're all removed, a lot of us, because, we got Facebook and all the other social media shit going on, so you feel more removed. This one, you were in the shit. You had to deal with your shit. You were in Granada. You had to fucking crawl through the fucking wheat fields to get to the fucking ends. You might take a couple of licks. You might take a couple of bombs. You might fucking, crawl through a minefield and get your leg blown off.
I got a lot of ass kickings by using crazy eyes.
But at the same time,
I use crazy eyes a lot.
You came out stronger on the side, son. Rocky believes in you. But anyway,
Super Dark Times.
Let's get back. Let's
refocus.
Choose
not to eat with you.
Let's refocus.
I'm gonna have my waffles.
Could you pop this syrup for me, just as a top off? Here's what's gonna happen, Tonto. Kemosabe's gonna have some flavor. I'm gonna choose not to eat with you.
We're not gonna eat together?
No. I like to recharge my batteries and shut down the engines and get myself back to neutral.
I'm gonna refocus.
Waffles
this whole
from
thing.
where?
So, Super Dark Times, it really just encompasses this feeling of living in a small town and it being winter and depressing anyways, and just having some dark shit go underneath the surface that nobody gives a fuck about because they think you're kids and nothing matters.
Right.
What happens is this group of kids, they go out and they hang out and they're all kind of assholes or whatever, talking about, oh, I want to fuck this girl, I want to eat this weird
No, I liked them though. They weren't really assholes. They were relatable.
But like assholes on the surface to other people. I liked them too. I love the beginning of the movie feels like a comedy.
Guys, my parents rented that movie, True Lies. Don't do it, don't do it. I've watched that scene where she strips over and over and over.
The Silver Surfer is the loneliest dude in the galaxy.
I mean, the Punisher is pretty haunted.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
So there's this group of kids, right, and they're hanging out, and the dialogue between them is fucking hilarious. But they you know, they go to each other's houses and they hang out or whatever, and you don't know what's going on with the movie. They go to this one kid, this weird kid who looks like Andrew Garfield from Spider-Man with the big hair. And, like,
he does kind of look like that.
And they go to his house, and his brother's in the army, and he has this weird thing about it. And
Josh.
This one like kind of brazen just kid who's just like, I want to fucking get drunk and fuck some chicks. Like that kid is hanging out. He's like, oh my god, you got a fucking waterbed. Like, I can't believe this shit. Your house is so nice.
Yeah, that's the kind of kid that you don't want to be friends with in high school in the 90s. Because that kid's gonna get...
He disrespects his surroundings.
Like, he's not, you know, he's funny at times in the movie, and he's got his points, like why he's good in the cast of your like group, but
he's a wild card.
He's definitely not one that you want to, because he's gonna get you in fucking trouble. And your best friend, fucking Zach, is like defending him all the time.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker is bad news bears.
Yeah.
Like, he's like a guy that we knew in high school. It's like, you know what? He's cool and he's got certain elements about him that is alright, but he's gonna get you some deep shit. Because he runs his fucking mouth all the time, and he looks like the goalie from fucking Super Green.
He's legitimately stupid. It's youth boredom. You're always looking for some stuff to do because you don't have access to anything, and it's just like, let's just do whatever the fuck we can do. And they do capture that well. But they go out in this field, they find his brother's samurai sword, which immediately when they pull out the sword, I was like, we're getting an HBO special, someone's getting stabbed in the fucking jungle.
And then Ben Affleck's gonna come over and hit a fucking wall. It's like, don't take steroids.
I'm so high right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But then that's what happens, and you see it coming. Like, they go out into the woods into this fucking field, and they're playing with the samurai sword, and then the one kid's smoking the weed, and they get in this dude. It's all so fucking like,
it felt real.
It felt.
I know. I mean, it felt like such a capture card moment of a snapshot of the life in the 90s.
Like, that shit could go array anytime because there's so much fucking youth and goddamn hormones pumping through these people.
Yeah.
That anything can happen.
Because they make friend with a middle school kid.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Because the middle school was badass. He was like, fuck you and the clique you claim. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he was. He was the only one that had the shit put together. It's like, I'm not going to jail for you or for anybody. Like, he had his shit together.
Middle school was hard as fuck.
Yeah, and but you know, it did have that snapshot of Americana life in the 90s, the mid-90s anyway, and what it was like, you know, taking a samurai sword and playing out in a fucking field. Like, in the 50s and 60s, 70s, 80s, you might, I don't know, go out in the field and play with a goddamn kazoo. Like, who the fucking knows? Or like drive around your like dirt bike. I'm
playing with my dad's Brutal. I'm crazy.
Let me have some.
But in the 90s, we did weird shit.
Katana sword, bitch!
We did weird shit for fun. When you get kids and you get weed and you get a fucking sword, bad shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It does. And you think like this is that tip that this you feel like this is that HBO special, like, oh fuck, something really bad happened and how are we gonna deal with it? Now, what you get is kids after this point, we'll non-spoiler from here out, like, these kids make really fucking stupid decisions. There's the main kid, the nice kid, Owen Campbell, is the actor, and all the actors do fucking great.
They were, yeah, every one of them was good.
Zach does a really fucking good job, and him and his best friend Josh is the one who's kind of crazy and weird and just out there. And he's always the one who wants to get in trouble, get fucked up. Some tragic shit happens. Everyone has to kind of like deal with what's happened now, right? And then this movie takes, and it's hard to explain without giving any spoilers away, but this movie goes into fucking straight on. At first, it's like, it's all, this sounds wrong because it's not a family movie. Like, it's R-rated, it's dark as fuck. But it's almost like a family, like, suburban horror. It's like real shit. Like, real fucking, like, one of my biggest fears in life, and I have bad dreams about this, is that, like, something will happen, is like, I'll kill somebody, not out of, like, hate, or, like, I want to murder, right? But, like, I'll kill somebody.
What, like Commando?
I'll murder someone for some reason, and then my whole nightmare is about looking out my window and waiting for the cops to pull up. And
That's
seeing the cop lights.
That,
And this movie provides that exact same anxiety. Literally, when the movie ended, dude, I had to, like, listen to happy music and, like, try to watch, like, cartoons.
It
made me feel so full of anxiety because it hit on point so much for what high school was like with the anxiety.
Yeah, and there's towards the end for sure, like, because there's a lot of begging going on and like, how could you kind of stop? And you're like, god damn, like, fuck. Because there's no remorse and there's no stopping and there's nothing even remotely in the eyes of the aggressor that suggests that they're gonna fucking stop, because for whatever reason their brain has snapped all the way through Willie, I love bamboo sticks, and I'm gonna kill you. And in some way I was reminded while I was watching it of Donnie Darko. in some way. Because Donnie Darko, when you watch Donnie Darko, it
Owen
makes you
Campbell
feel,
reminds me of Jake Gyllenhaal.
yeah, it makes you feel this certain way, and you're not sure why. Why are you giving me this cocaine? I don't know. Just snort it. But it makes you feel a certain way and it drags you deeper into this mud pit, and you're gonna get dirty, bitch, whether you want to be or not. And I'm gonna show you some shit in this void, in this darkness, and you're gonna like it.
And dude, it's just a really good fucking movie. It's more true crime than it is horror. Like not
Almost
that
in a
it
way,
happened,
like,
but
if
it feels true crime.
it feels like it is a recreation of an event that actually took place.
But made with like cinema
like with great quality and great actors.
Exactly.
It feels like a recreation for sure. It's a great fucking movie. It's an amazing movie, actually. I'm gonna give this movie a 9.0. I liked it that fucking much.
That's exactly what I was going to
And
do.
I think that anybody that grew up or lived in the 90s should watch it, especially if you went to high school. But even if you didn't, go watch and check this out and see what isolation does to you, what, not fucking figuring out where you are and not talking about that kind of shit does to you. I think it's sexual. I love it. There's no sexual, but I feel sexual. And that doesn't mean that I feel sexual.
You're asexual.
I don't.
Yeah.
I like photosynthesis. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's a great film. Check it out.
I give it a 9 also, and the reason I don't give it a 10, like it's a fucking fantastic goddamn movie. But what's wrong with the movie is the movie overall. There's not much rewatchability to it.
No, I don't
ever want to watch it again.
I don't either.
Maybe to show it to somebody, I don't know, but I don't ever want to watch it again. It's this dark. It makes me feel like shit. I don't like the anxiety, weird feeling.
Well, the ending doesn't give you the closure that you want.
Right.
You know what I mean? The ending, when you watch the movie, you watch it and you see what happens, and it's fucking fucked up. And then you're thinking, okay, well, they're gonna wrap this bitch around and give me a bow on my wiener, and I'm gonna feel better.
They don't.
And they don't. They leave you hanging out. They're like, this is life.
Which adds.
This is life. Get over it.
It adds to the realness of the movie. So it's a great fucking movie. Hard to watch. You should watch it though, and it's not totally a horror movie. It's more true crime.
I would give it. I'd be strong horror. Yeah, horror is fun.
Sure, it's probably gonna make my top 10 list.
I love it.
So
That's a great
guys,
movie.
check it out. It's on Netflix for fucking free. Not that Netflix is free, but
it's like $7.
Most people.
It's like $8.
No, it's $14.99 now. It's
what the fuck?
It's great.
Oh shit! I'm gonna cancel mine.
We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn way of opinion. You wanna play my samurai sword? Smoke some weed later?
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.